Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have two, not one, but two baseball games I got to deal with tonight, and I've got to coach one of them. So usually by the end of a night like tonight, I'm pretty darn tired. And the truth of the matter is I had a really good weekend. So this is one of those Mondays where I'm tired coming off of the weekend. Let's start here. Fidelity Digital Assets. In the coming weeks, we will release the second part of our Bitcoin investment thesis series. Make sure to download and share part one, which highlights Bitcoin, an aspirational store of value. What they should call it is Bitcoin investment thesis, a store of value because it can't do anything else. But a store of value, I believe maybe it has a chance if they all market it enough. If they get with Grayscale and these other companies and they keep just marketing it like crazy, which is what I think they're trying to do. Now, I wanted to remind everyone that we are still in the 2020, the year of the digital assets so far, and Dogecoin is up 23.26%. XRP is up 2.71%. If you've ever needed a reason to be bullish, there it is. Hashtag zero doubt. The reason I wanted to show you this is because I laugh at this kind of stuff all the time. Think about all the things that I've shown you about Ripple and some of the digital assets that actually have people working on a real use case. And you've got, this tells you how immature the market is and how people have, the market has just not been ready yet. When Dogecoin, which is really a joke, has gone up more, this tells you that all that is in there right now is speculators, many of them children. And so trust me when I tell you, this is one of the reasons I'm more bullish than anything, because if Dogecoin can go up 23% with absolutely nothing going on, what is XRP going to do when the actual use kicks in and the big boy investors and the big boys really show up, or even the retail in mass? You just sit back and watch. It's coming. Now, I wanted to show you this, and I wanted to show you this because I'm starting to notice a theme, and the theme is Stellar has been running in the background for the last 3 years. Stellar's been very quiet. Stellar, their personnel, who they've got, who's working on it. Stellar has been quiet in the background. They haven't been near as out front as Ripple. And here's what I'm noticing now. I'm going to show you a cast of characters right here and right now. First of all, look at this. This is a tweet from this guy, Brown Devron. Last week, the FinTech Task Force held a bipartisan member briefing distilling the inappreciable uses of blockchain technology in financial services. Special thanks to this person, Neha Narula, this person, Aaron Wright, and Danelle Dixon for joining this robust whatever. The link to this is, I actually use the YouTube. That's a link to LinkedIn. Well, actually, I'll show you the LinkedIn too. But here's the YouTube of this. Now, understand, this is the Financial Services Committee of the United States. This is the committee that gets things done in the United States, okay, in Congress. Now, I want you to look at some of the people that were here. This Neha Narula, Director, MIT Media Lab Digital Currency Initiative. Danielle Dixon, CEO and Executive Director of the Stellar Development Foundation. Now, I want you to understand, Stellar has been nowhere to be found really out in front with close ties to all of these organizations that we've been tying Ripple to all these years. But Stellar, I believe, has been running in literal stealth for the last few years. I believe Stellar and Ripple are right there. They're brother and sister. I believe they're going to serve different functions in this, but I believe Stellar, for a reason, has been in the background. the more I see, the more I believe that the digital dollar is going to be built on Stellar. Now, let me show you who some of these people are. Because remember how I keep saying that all of the world's a stage? That's because it is. All right. And I can only pull these things because I have lived and breathed this whole space for the last 3 years. And I see things and I wake up in the middle of the night and I tie things together in my mind now. And when they pop up, I'm like, oh man, I cannot believe that. And that's because it's all connected and all the world's a stage. And all these people are characters in this play that we're watching unfold. And I want you to watch this. Okay. This is the committee. All right. Now, this lady that's about to be introduced is this Neha Narula, MIT. Remember that MIT Media Lab Digital Currency. Watch her as she introduces herself.
Thank you very much, Congressman Lynch. And hello, and good morning to everyone. I want to thank the members of the committee for inviting me here today to participate in this member briefing. So as Congressman Lynch said, my name is Neha Narula, and for the past 4 years, I have been the director of the Digital Currency Initiative at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I am no stranger to MIT, having received my PhD in electrical engineering and computer science from MIT in 2015.
Okay, you don't need to see a lot more than that. I just want you to see that this is her, okay? And then you've got Danelle Dixon, CEO of Stellar Development Foundation, okay? Let's go through this and just kind of show you a couple of the other characters and maybe let you listen to them. Here is Danelle Dixon from Stellar.
For 7 countries last year, remittance inflows accounted for...
Wait 1 second. Okay, let's try that again. I want you to listen. This is Danelle Dixon from the Stellar Development Foundation.
...% of the GDP. And according to the UN, 800 million people, that's about 1 in 9 globally, are supported by funds sent home by migrant workers. Unfortunately, remittances remain expensive and slow. According to 2019 data from the World Bank, the global average cost of sending just $200 across a national border is around 7%. So many people and economies are dependent on high-cost remittances that the UN created a sustainable development goal to reduce the per-transaction cost of remittances to less than 3% by 2030. So this is where blockchain can help. Sending any transaction across a border on Stellar, whether the value is $2, $20, $200, or $2,000, is fast. It takes less than 3 to 5 seconds on average, and it costs fractions of a cent. To give the task force a live, real-world example of how Stellar creates this equitable access to the global financial system, I'd like to focus on Nigeria. It's the 6th...
Okay, I'm not going to play any more of that. I just wanted to take you through here and just show you some of the folks that are in this. First of all, you have Maxine Waters. She is the chairwoman of the finance committee, and I'll let you listen to her for 1 second. But the most important thing about her is that she's the one. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time ever since I got into this space. She's the one that said, we need to find out more about this Bitcoin thing.
For blockchain technology. I look forward to hearing even more from this panel about other and more inclusive ways to utilize blockchain technology. I just came in on the hearing a little bit late, but I was able to hear how it is being used in Nigeria. That's very impressive. I was also...
Okay, that's all. I just wanted to show you, this is like real deal. These are like the people that make the decisions for the whole country. And now all of a sudden, we've been watching Ripple in this for years now. And now all of a sudden you're starting to see Stellar come up and show their face. And I find that fascinating. But here, let me show you some other fascinating thing. Remember Neha Narula, right? Well, she's with the Digital Currency Initiative at the MIT Media Lab. I've shown you this before, long time ago. The first thing I want to show you is Digital Currency Initiative. It always fascinated me just how similar the logo was to the Digital Currency Group. Okay? Look how similar those two logos are. Digital Currency Initiative, Digital Currency Group. And of course, the Digital Currency Group is run by Barry Silbert. Larry Summers is an advisor. Glenn Hutchins is on the board, and they are an investor in Ripple and Coinbase. Okay, so Digital Currency Initiative, there she is, Neha Narula. I'm going to go down, see if we see anybody else that looks interesting. Advisors, Gary Gensler, he's interesting, and I've shown you him before. Do you remember who he is? And remember, all the world's a stage. They're all members in the play, folks. They're actors in the play. Now watch. Gary Gensler is this guy, this is from back April 22nd, 2018. Gary Gensler, a former top Wall Street regulator, turns to the blockchain. This guy came out in April of 2018 out of nowhere. This guy comes out. I'll never forget it. It was like it's yesterday. Comes out, walks to a podium, and says that Bitcoin is not a security, but he thinks Ripple and Ethereum probably are. But he's sure that Ripple is. I'll never forget it, because in 2018, for those of you that were here with me, there was a lot of head fakery going on. There's been a lot of head fakery going on ever since I got in this space. But that was one of the ones that I really remember. Now, let's go back. Now, remember him, Gary Gensler, and then let's go back to Neha Narula, because they also just happen to both be at the digital currency wars that I've shown you before, a national security crisis simulation. I can never play this enough times for you. Just watch the intro.
The live simulation of a National Security Council's Principals Committee.
And by the way, that's her. And that's Gary Gensler, and that's Larry Summers, who's on the digital currency, who's the advisor to the Digital Currency Group. And we've seen him everywhere in this play. Now, maybe that's not her. I think that Neha Narula, I think that might be her. But anyway, they're both there, okay?
Meeting at the White House. Our scenario takes place 2 years from today, on November 19th, 2021. We have simulated a world in which one big thing has changed. In March 2020, the People's Bank of China launched a sovereign digital currency known as the digital yuan.
I mean, they played this whole thing out, and they created a White House war room, the whole thing. And it was done at the Harvard Belfer Center. And I've always said on this channel, if they were doing public digital currency wars in 2019, what were they doing 5, 10, 20 years before that? Behind the scenes? That's the question. Okay. So next, let's go. Okay. That's that. Now let's look at this. So I just happened to see this tweet today. Callie Monroe found while researching Readiness Suite. Let me make sure I follow this person. I do not, but now I do. Found while researching Readiness Suite, gov-compliant software programs might have been shared already, dated 2018. I had never seen this. If I had, I forgot about it. Check this out. Stewardship and blockchain. Where is this all going? The World Economic Forum has addressed the question of stewardship, identifying 3 layers. The platforms, Ripple, Hyperledger, Ethereum, etc. And then you go down here. It says, Jed McCaleb, founder of Stellar, believes there will be a universal blockchain payment system with dollars and euros. He also contends that stock will find its way into blockchains. Think all the money. Think DTCC, folks. But Jed McCaleb, he's all in this. Ripple's all in this. And this is the document that this girl found. 2018, Public-Private Analytic Exchange Program, Blockchain and Suitability for Government Applications. And that is from the Department of Homeland Security. Now, so I think that should kind of tell you a lot, what I just showed you. Well, this is another interesting clip, and this is from Victoria Cleland, who's the Executive Director for Banking, Payments, and Innovation at the Bank of England, who is a paying Ripple customer per Brad Garlinghouse. And this is from I Am Legion, who is a definite follow on Twitter. Go give him a follow, and he provided this from the 510 mark. Listen, who does this sound like?
19 building blocks to enhance cross-border payments and to really address these challenges. And it splits the work into what we call 5 focus areas. The first one is about public and private sector commitment to really make a difference here, to get an understanding of what good looks like. The The second is around regulatory, supervisory and oversight frameworks, trying to get greater, not quite consistency, but greater understanding in how they can work together properly. Changes to the existing payment infrastructures is another one. Another focus area is about data and market practices. And then the fifth one is the more exploratory, forward-looking about sort of new payment infrastructures. So if central bank issue digital currencies take off domestically, what would need to be done to make those work cross-border? Same with stable coins, or should we have a completely new type of system? So there are a number of different building blocks, as we call that. And in the next few weeks, we should be launching the roadmap, which is a piece of work led by the Financial Stability Board that Sika and I have been feeding a lot, trying to think about, okay, we've got our 19 building blocks, but how do we make that a reality? Who needs to be taking these different issues forward? What sort of sequencing do we need to think about? And what is the indicative timetable, particularly for some of those earlier actions? So
I thought that was a pretty interesting clip. She's dancing all around it. Now, I was sent these today. This guy, he bought some pretty cool .cryptos on Unstoppable Domains. I want to show them to you. Allcurrency.crypto, any currency, Australia Holiday, cryptocurrency swap, crypto pay me, digital currency swap, digital asset pay, digital gift card, fast digital pay, fast pay me, fast settlements, gift card pay, gold pay ID, silver pay ID, my business wallet. And I won't read the rest of them, but those are all, I thought those were some pretty good ones. You can, there's a link to this in the description of all my videos if you want to go, get one. They're only like Unstoppable Domains. They're like $40 and you can get paid to these domains in any digital asset. It's really cool. I bought several myself, but in the description of all my videos, there's a link there right at the top. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family they ought to get an Unstoppable Domain because everybody else is. Thanks for listening.
Every day, billions of people around the world are mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, and embarrassed by their friends, family, and even strangers. These people go through their days knowing there are secrets being kept from them. They hear the faint whispers behind closed doors. The information and knowledge is held very close and only shared with others who were fortunate enough to find out. Feeling lost, rejected, and ostracized, these people give up, never finding out what digital assets the digital asset investor holds. But there is hope. Join the free Digital Asset Investor email newsletter and find out what digital assets he owns each month, including investments he's considering. Click the link in the description of this video or go to digitalassetinvestornewsletter.com. Put an end to your days of gloom and depression. Join the greatest free digital asset email newsletter ever created.